Hello, everyone. This is Charles Harper, and this is the Sunday edition of the PLR Show. If you're listening in and you need help to rebuild your PLR, you can do that by going to our homepage at theplrshow.com. Make sure that you get access to our free PLR Academy, and that'll give you 5 courses that you can use in order to start working on rebuilding your PLR into what you want it to be. In tonight's episode, I'd like to just kind of refresh what we have been talking about in specifics, pitching someone or pitching a group of people on what it is that you have. And on a weekly basis, if you are really working to build your workshop and you're driving people to that workshop, whether you choose to use the model that, I have suggested in the training playbook, which is to do maybe do a Tuesday workshop and then a Saturday Q&A, then you're going to have two opportunities to do either two different kinds of pitches or uh, two pitches on the same topic or in the same wavelength. And um, this week I basically took product snowball formula, which was a different kind of product, and I pitched it. Even though, if you attended the webinar that I did, you probably realized that this week my Zoom crashed on the very night that I was doing the webinar. So if you're listening to this, I'm actually going to redo that call tomorrow, which is Monday, and you can join in on that call. Just make sure that you're either in our Facebook group or that you're subscribed at plrshow.com. I'll give you notice of when we're going to redo that pitch, because I've got to go in and redo that pitch for the meetup. And because the replay that I did is really just me on my mobile, and while I was able to talk through the concept, I really like to have that PowerPoint up against so that people can see it. But basically in the pitch, what you're trying to do is you're trying to outline the problem that only your product can solve. And it's kind of like taking, a sales letter and turning it into a workshop. Now, I'm not talking about a webinar, right? So it's different from a pitch webinar where where you're really playing on people's emotions and you are really getting people sort of hyped up and trying to work with them psychologically. A workshop is really designed to teach. And basically what you're doing in a workshop is, not only are you helping your customer, but you are also really teaching them how to be a good customer, right? And how is your prospect going to be a good customer? Well, they're going to be a good customer if they solve their problems by buying what it is that you have. And so your workshop should really do a good job of not only teaching the concept, but teaching why they need to undertake what it is that you're teaching and how they're going to be able to get the solution to that by getting your product, whatever it is. So your workshop is always going to be uh, problem solving based. It's always going to be it's always going to be teaching. So again, it's not an emotional pitch. So you're not holding anything back from them. In fact, I wouldn't say that you're going to take what's in your product and you're going to teach that whole thing. That's not what I would do in a free workshop, but I would teach some of it. And, if you have, I guess the rule of thumb, I guess if you have maybe, 10 modules, then I know some people say 66%. I say something more like 33%. So if you have 10 modules in your course, then you're going to teach 3 of them in your free workshop, in a live format. And then, you basically tell people the truth, which is you don't have time in a 30-minute or even an hour's workshop in order to teach them everything they need to solve the problem that you outlined in the workshop. What they've got to do is they've got to then get the product. That's the pitch. And once again, when they see that offer and they decide to buy it, what are you going to do? You're going to show them at some point, whether you're going to show them on the thank you page, you're going to show them in the funnel, you're going to say, hey, you want more of the same, which is you want more of our content than than get our learning center, right? Get our our monthly, right? That's the basic pitch. When you have those things outlined, you start kind of building your customer around trying to drive people into that monthly program. where you're solving their basic problem, then you're really working on a different wavelength. It's not just about trying to get sales. It's really about trying to solve that problem. And you want to take those monthly people and you want to start building that monthly program around the solving of the problem, right? You've got to frame what you're offering in terms of the solving of your problem. Now, obviously, you should be using the PLR that we're giving you in order to do that, right? Your monthly program should solve the problems. You're going to build around the PLR, obviously. You're going to use the PLR in your learning center, but whatever else you build is going to be for problem solving. So with that, we're gonna end tonight, which is Sunday. Hope that this has been helpful for you. Once again, if you're not getting our newsletter, make sure you're doing that. And you can do that at the plrshow.com. One thing I want to make you aware of is that some of these episodes, you're going to be moving them offline, and so there will be a point at which you won't be able to hear them on this podcast. Some of our older episodes, we are going to be moving them, into our insider group, right? And so basically, we want to make sure that if you have a chance to listen, you go ahead and listen when we release them. And if you want to listen to the archives, we are going to be moving them to the Ultimate Insider section. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that one thing that we want you to do is to subscribe to our Ultimate Insider program. Find out more about that at the plrshow.com/insider training. So with that, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.